Hello, and I think we are live. So welcome everyone. Welcome to this wisdom sharing class, which is all about how to embody the divine feminine instead of trying to do feminine or get into your feminine. So if you are joining live, let me know in the comments. Likewise, if you're watching the replay, you're really welcome. Let me know in the comments. And yes, I feel really excited to be here with you and to be sharing this class. I normally do this every couple of weeks, so welcome, welcome. So this class is because there is so much information out there actually about your divine feminine, or perhaps more about feminine energy. And I have found most of these are using strategies that actually are more masculine energy led. So I want to show you the sacred feminine way, a way that is about embodiment, a way that honors that you are divine feminine, and it's about being that divine feminine instead of trying to make it work. So for those of you who don't know me, I know there's lots of new members in the group. My name is Kelly. I am an activator of the divine feminine. I'm of the Rose Priestess lineage. I share divine feminine embodiment and activation through the womb space. For me, this is the hidden secret in all the mystery schools, the way of actually being it. And I had such a pleasure yesterday. I was working with one of my clients, and she's a fairly new client. And she came on the phone. We've had about 3 or 4 sessions, and she had tears in her eyes. And she was like, Kelly, this work is incredible. Like, every woman needs to do this work. And I just had a wry smile, because I hear that so often when women do this work. They're like, everyone needs to do this work. So it's really my honor. It's really my honor to share this work. And I feel so blessed to have this remembering of this wisdom and to be able to share it with you. So I'm going to invite you all to arrive on the call, and so we can get connected. So I'm just going to move that a bit. So closing your eyes and breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just allowing your breath to come into your body. And just noticing how your body feels. Noticing the parts that you know well. Noticing the parts you don't know so well. And just giving your weight to the chair beneath you. It's almost like you're allowing yourself to sink back, lean back, and receive. Calling all of your energy back now from your clients, from work, from family, from things that you have to do after this call, to just really allow yourself to be present in this moment. And you may become aware of more sounds around you. You may hear the birds in my garden coming through, singing a song for you. You may notice other sounds around you, just coming into your body, into the present moment. Just taking a deep breath and opening your eyes. Welcome, welcome everyone. Really happy to be here. Just making sure that we are live in the group. I'm pretty sure we are. So remember, if you're joining, let me know in the comments. It's always lovely to see you. Yes, we are live, and I will have a look for questions later. So yes, if you have any questions as we go along, just pop them in the comments and I will make sure I reply to them afterwards because I'm streaming in from Zoom. So then, the divine feminine. The feminine path is about embodiment. It's about honoring that the body is sacred. It's not a place of sin. It's not a place of shame. It's not a place to be transcended and go up into the ethers and into the light. It's not a place where some parts of the body are less than or more than other parts of the body. It's about honoring that your body is a sacred temple, and it's here in this body that you can call in all of the light and all of the wisdom from your multi-dimensional self, from your deep soul path, from your lineage, from all of your wisdom. It's all in the body. And so therefore the feminine path is about being. It's about being and remembering and honoring the sacredness that you are. It's not about trying to be sacred, trying to get in the light, trying to be in ease and grace and all of those beautiful feminine qualities that I'm going to talk about in a minute. It's about remembering, and I love this word remembering, because remembering is the members, the different parts of your body, the arms, the legs, and remembering is about putting yourself back together again, back into wholeness. And that is the feminine path. That is what Isis did for Isis. She put him back together. That is where Mary Magdalene was there to be the first witness when Jesus raised from his tomb. There's a magic in the feminine path, which is about remembering the wholeness, honoring the sacredness of you. And so it's not like you have to do anything to be divine or to get into your soul path. It's you already are. And so it's about remembering that and honoring the sacredness of you and the sacredness of your path. So a reminder then of divine feminine. What is divine feminine energy? And I'm really going to invite you to watch some of my previous videos if you're new to me, and you can find them in the video section of the group, because I do a great video about what is divine feminine energy and what is distorted feminine, and I go into a lot more detail. So go and watch that video if you want more detail on what is divine feminine. So going into your divine feminine energy is really about connecting to the most deepest intuitive part of you, the part of you that is feeling and knowing that she is connected to everything, connected to the one. It's the divine feminine is your unmanifest potential. It's like before something comes into creation, there's this pause, this pregnant pause, this what if, this infinite possibility, this quantum level. And this is what the divine feminine represents. She is the infinite possibility. And so then, in this, the main way of being in your divine feminine is to be, just to be in all of that wisdom, all of that magnificence, because when you are being it, you're in it, you're able then to receive all of that wisdom and all of that light to bring into the world. And so the path of divine feminine embodiment is actually that you become or remember or be divine feminine again. And I'm talking about on a very physical, visceral level. So that means all of your cells in your body, all of your vibration, all of your frequency, all of your patterns, your neurological patterns, your neurological pathways, your automatic ways of behavior. When you work on the divine feminine embodiment way, you are embodying in the cells, in the frequency, in your way of being, this new frequency of divine feminine. Everything is upgraded, and you literally become, you are grace, you are ease, you are wisdom, you are knowing that highest potential of yourself. And so I really see my clients say this, or a testament to this, because they say, Kelly, this voice is coming up and out of my throat and commanding boundaries or asking for things. It's amazing when this happens, because it's not like you thought or planned out or strategized, right, I need boundaries, or I need to be like this. When you are on the divine feminine embodiment path, or certainly the way that my clients work with me, your vibration and cells are updated in that frequency. And so you become divine feminine. And so this voice comes out of just really commanding your boundaries, or you'll find yourself doing new behaviors, not having obsessive thoughts about fear, not having obsessive thoughts about lack and how you don't have things that you need. You may change your appearance. They're very subtle shifts, but what they represent is a huge vibrational shift into the divine feminine, into being that ease, that grace, that wisdom, that connected to all that is. And so it's a way of life. It's not like you're trying to get there, you're scheduling time into being your divine feminine, you're trying, and I'll explain more about this. It's not like you're trying to be in your divine feminine. When you work on this path fully, you become it. And this is the difference, because there's so many people out there at the moment talking about strategies and ways of being in your divine feminine, but they're coming at it from a masculine energy point of view. And how I see this energy is it's almost like the distorted masculine aspect of self is trying to manipulate and force the feminine to be in the feminine. It's really quite bizarre. And how that looks like is, for example, scheduling time in to be in your feminine, and you're like, right, I know that I need to be in my feminine more, I need to receive more, so okay, I'm going to put time in my diary to just be and meditate and do things that I love. This is not coming from the divine feminine frequency. You have not upgraded your cells and your way of being to embody that full-on worthiness and honor that sacredness that you are. It's like you're trying to feel sacred, so you're trying to do things that a sacred person would do, instead of getting down on your knees in awe of your own magnificence. And that can only happen when you've worked on upgrading your frequency into divine feminine. It can't be done by scheduling time in order to be in, like, self-care, for example. Self-care, a lot of people talking about feminine energy, like, right, you need more self-care time. Okay, I'm going to put some time in my diary to be in self-care and to be doing nothing. This is a manipulation of your feminine energy by your distorted masculine, and it won't get you very far, because it's like you're trying to fake it rather than being it. You're trying to be it. Can you see the difference here from being it, just because honoring all that you are, more allowing it, than just trying to be it by putting time in your diary? The other way that we can almost force the feminine and manipulate our inner feminine, it's like we're trying to get the juice from the feminine. And what do I mean by juice? juice, I mean the wisdom that she holds, all that connection to all that is. I mean the creative power that she holds. So the divine feminine holds great creative power. And then in mystery schools, they learnt the power of creation. And it was done in the divine feminine mystery schools through sound, through movement, and from raising their energy through womb mysteries. Now, what happened 7,000 years ago in these mystery schools is it got taken over by the few that saw the power of this creative power, and they were like, wow, we want that for ourselves. And so they almost took that creative wisdom out and they used it just for the few to create power, wealth, and creation. And so we have this remembrance in our DNA, in our collective consciousness, that the goddess temples were taken down and this power was taken out. And this is still held within us collectively and also individually. So there is a tendency within us that we are almost distorting our feminine to get this juice, to get this creative power, to get this wisdom. And so what that can look like is going into meditation and kind of forcing an answer, like, I want to know what program I need to launch now, or where's my life partner, or where should I live, as opposed to allowing that wisdom to come through by being in your divine energy, or forcing the creative power of that feminine by, give me what I want. I want, you know, house or abundant financial abundance, or a partner, or my business. And it's almost like you've got this want energy in there, which is like a very focused, hunting, masculine energy, trying to get what you want, as opposed again to allowing it. And so I have to say that this energetic, when I look at it, this forcing of our feminine to get what we want is a kind of rape and abuse energy. And that can sound really strong, but when we are using our feminine to get what we want, or we're trying to use our feminine to get the insights we want, we're not honoring the feminine. We're not giving space for the feminine. We haven't fully embodied the feminine. And so, yes, we are in a way almost to ourselves using and abusing our feminine energy, our divine feminine energy, to get creative wisdom and to get creative power going. And so the scary thing is that this is it's collectively normal to diminish and abuse your feminine. And you must watch my other video if you haven't seen it already. It's collectively normal. So we don't even realize that we're doing this. And so this is what it looks like when you are trying to be in your feminine or do your feminine, as opposed to actually fully embodying the feminine. It's almost like we are scheduling time in, we are asking questions, and it's become like a kind of energy exchange, give take. I'll give you free time for self-care if you give me what I want, and by the way, if you don't give me what I want quickly enough, then this isn't working, so I'm going to stop doing self-care and stop taking care of you. All this inner dialogue to our divine feminine within. So it's quite heavy, but I really would invite you to look at where you feel you are embracing the feminine, and what is the underlying energy underneath that. Is it because you're trying to get something? Wisdom, physical things in manifestation? Or is it because you are really honoring the divine sacredness that you are? Because that is the divine feminine way, to honor and remember the divine sacredness that you are. And in that then you connect to all of your power and all of your wisdom, and it comes through in abundance, and you are living in great grace. You are living in a lot of ease. And so it takes time to work on this, and I want to talk a bit about this path of embodying the divine feminine then, because when you're able to do that, and my clients are such a testament to this, it is such an honor to do what I do and witness their transformation into fully embodying the divine feminine, because it's a way of life that is a completely different frequency to how most of us are living on the planet right now. Because most of us, the feminine has been repressed for millennia. She has been traumatized, and the ways of embodying that feminine and bring her back online again have been lost. They were passed down from oral tradition through the Rose lineage and other lineages, I'm sure. And so it takes time to unwind the trauma of what it's meant to be in your feminine, and to own your power and your center of creation, and to really honor your sacredness. And so when you do that, then you're in full embodiment of the divine feminine, as opposed to trying to be in your divine feminine. So I want to talk a little bit about that path of embodiment. So how I see this is there's almost like different initiations you can do to get into the Holy of Holies, which is you're touching on the most tender, sacred part of yourself, the part that is that spark of light, that is that one, that great one in the center of you, that great one, honoring the great one that you are a part of. And for me, how I see this is that the womb space is a chalice. She's a holder of your divine feminine energy. And that energy has this special transmutational magic, this creative power, this connection to divine wisdom without any intermediaries. And so it's your divine right to hold this space for you and your energy alone. And that way you can birth your creative projects with grace and ease as the goddess creatress that you are. Now, this space, this chalice, has a couple of things have happened. One thing is we've been disconnected from it, and it seems weird to talk about womb mysteries, and we know about our womb from childbirth and periods and all these sorts of things, but we've forgotten the sacredness of it, and so we're very disconnected from our wombs. But I tell you, once you connect with your womb, you're going to feel a completely different vibration. The other part is that this chalice has become a holder of pain instead of power. It's become burdened with the traumas of your life, the traumas of your ancestors, the traumas of the collective. And so often our chalice is not a temple space that is clear. It's a space of pain, as I said, is instead of a place of power. And how this can show up is you can feel really ungrounded and anxious, and like not feeling like you're fully able to get in the body. And you may do lots of grounding practices, but you're not able to fully get into the body. Why? Because the body is holding pain and trauma that you don't know how to process. It can show up as not really knowing yourself, not really knowing your purpose, wondering what you're meant to do, or maybe you have an amazing, successful career and you know what you're loving, but you feel like there's something deeper, something more impactful that you'd like to do, but you can't quite put your finger on it. It may be that you're not able to birth your projects, your creative projects properly or fully, or to the degree that you think they deserve. It may show up as having weak boundaries and attracting toxic relationship patterns. It may show up as having low self-love and low self-worthiness. And it's all connected to this sacred womb space. And once you own this space and claim it as sacred and remember your sacredness, then you become a chalice holder of your highest divine feminine energy, and it updates the whole frequency of all of your cells, all of your being, into the divine feminine being that you are. So in order to clear this space, then I really see it as kind of different levels of initiation. So some of those are about connecting to this space and really bringing it online with your heart and your pineal gland and all of your chakras. About listening, really listening and learning to trust yourself, because when you really you're able to trust yourself and build this inner dialogue, then this inner voice comes up and it's your way, your path, no doubts. Then it's about healing your past, all of the trauma that has made you feel scattered and not being able to hold yourself properly, clearing ancestral trauma, clearing collective trauma, distorted masculine, distorted feminine, and then really starting to own this temple space as your sacred temple space. And with some of my deeper clients, I really go into the kind of mystery school initiations, which is about really connecting and bringing online the goddess within. So really then what I'm saying is divine feminine embodiment is about remembering that you are sacred, and how to do that is to clear out all of the toxicity that are kind of murking the waters from your own divinity, and then reconnecting to your divine feminine in all that you are. So let me know if you have any questions, thoughts, as you've been listening to me, and you can write them in the comments and I will come back to you. Really happy to answer any questions. And just whilst you're doing that, I am going to share with you now a shamanic journey. And I want to share with you today a shamanic journey to really connect to this womb space. For some of you, that may be the first time. For some of you that are my clients, it's always beautiful to do this. As you know, you almost can't get enough of it. And we're going to just ask ourselves a few questions that I will lead you into to see where you are really at now in terms of embodying the feminine. So I'm just going to double check if there's any questions. And as I said, if I can't see them, I will answer them later anyhow. Thank you so much, everyone, for being part of this. Okay. So, so now what I'm going to share with you is this shamanic journey. So I do shamanic journeys into the womb space. It's not a meditation, because what I'm providing you with are transmissions that are encoded with light frequency, and these light frequencies are extremely pure and powerful. They don't have interferences in the way. So what the idea of these light frequencies is they start to activate your own divine feminine blueprint and create this remembering of your inherent sacredness. You can do this practice kind of no matter what. The only thing is, don't do it if you're pregnant, because if you're pregnant, you're growing a beautiful soul in your womb, and we don't want to be going in there with light frequencies. So if you're not pregnant, please go ahead and get comfortable and close your eyes. And just taking some breaths and breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just allowing this breath to come up through your nostrils and down your face. Just focusing on your breath now. And it's almost like this breath is like a very deep, fresh, cleansing breath. And it's coming up through your nostrils like a liquid light. It's like a liquid light coming up through your nostrils, a deeply cleansing, activating breath. And it's coming up through your nostrils now into your brain. Going into your brain. Just cleansing and releasing any toxicity out through your breath, anything that's ready to be released. And just allowing this breath to keep coming in, this liquid light. over your breath and down your face and into your throat. Just cleansing and releasing anything from your throat. And just noticing the color of this light now, the frequency of this light, the feeling of this light. And you may find that you cough or choke or feel itchy around your throat. And that's perfectly fine. You may find it just flows down. And just keep breathing and allowing this liquid light to come in, down through your chest, into your heart. And then all the way down from your heart, through your diaphragm, that kind of belt that goes around underneath your bra strap at the bottom. Just bringing this liquid light into your diaphragm and all the way around. Cleansing and releasing. And coming all the way down now through your stomach, down through your intestines and your tummy, and all the way into your womb. And if you wish, you can put your hands over your womb. Your womb is about 2 inches above your pubic bone. And she's about the size of a pear if you're not menstruating. So it's almost like you're going to cup your belly, your womb with your hands now. And just breathing in this liquid light into this womb space. So it's almost like the top of the womb, there's an opening, and this liquid light is just pouring down like a waterfall. And it's almost like your womb is having a really good drink of this light. Breathing this liquid light down into your hips, around the pelvic bowl, and all the way into the center of your womb. Just taking a few moments now to breathe with your womb. And you may feel kind of pulsing or cramping. You can really just take a moment now to really connect with your womb, breathing into your womb. And just really now with your hand on your womb and your belly, just asking yourself, where am I forcing my feminine? Just allow whatever impressions, maybe memories, maybe things you're doing, ways of being. Just allow it to come up to the surface now. And then you may ask yourself, where am I not allowing? Not allowing my feminine to be, to rise. And just ask now, is there anything that you can do or be in order to allow your feminine to flourish more? Just allowing yourself to receive that wisdom. Just taking a few more moments to breathe with your womb space now. Just feeling how you feel physically in your womb, emotionally. Just taking some breaths, feeling the physical edges of your body, perhaps rubbing your belly with your hands. Taking some deep physical breaths. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and just take a moment now. Maybe you want to have some water. Maybe you want to make some notes. And if you wish, you can share in the comments how that was for you, how you found it, what was easy, what was difficult, what messages you had, if you wish to share. And also if you have any questions. Just reading your messages now, so thank you so much. So letting me know how that practice was going. And yes, you can watch the replay. Also, if you're not able to join live. So let me know if you have any questions or any comments on how you found that practice. Oh, Judy, thanks for your message. So yeah, I don't think there's any other questions or comments. I'll come and check back later. If you didn't get any messages, it can be that you're disconnected, and don't worry, that's really normal for most of us, unfortunately. But it is the case. We've been disconnected from this space, and it may also be because it's a place of pain. So if you're doing my free training on the 1st of June, the Sacred Feminine Way, we're going to be working a bit more in this space. And also if you feel you want to discover more about my work now, then reach out to me and we can have a chat on the phone about what you need and what would be possible. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Even if it's live or on the replay, I really appreciate you. Love sharing this space. And I'll see you on the 1st of June for the Sacred Feminine Way. Lots of love. Bye.